Well, hello everyone. Good day to you. Chris with Road Trip and Disc Golf. We're out here today in Campbell County at the Long Mountain Park. This is a facility that currently does not have a disc golf course, but I have been asked to take on the task of putting one in. So designing it and seeing what we can do. So today we're just out here walking around. We're going to see what it looks like and see if we can get some good ideas for layouts. Okay, to start with, we do have a trail. So we're going to venture down the trail here a little bit and see what things we can find. I'm looking for some spots where we can put in some light elevation shots and also do some nice tight wooded lines. As you can see, it's heavily wooded. We got some nice elevations coming up here in the distance. Looks like we could get a easily a 5 or 6 to 12 foot elevation shot coming down through here, dropping into the bottom. So, this is the sort of things you want to look for when you're evaluating your property and seeing what you can likely do. Always remember flow and variety of shots. Let's not make them all right-handed, backhand throws. Okay, we worked our way back into the woods here a little bit, getting a little close to the road, and we find ourselves with some really, really nice elevation. I know it's kind of hard to see it on camera, but there's a lot of possibilities here. Things are really looking good. Long Mountain Park is a 51-acre piece of property. It has some ball fields, soccer fields, and a whole lot of this. So we're going to see what we can carve out of here. All right, taking a little shot here. The highway is right there. I mean, we're right on it. I'm sure you can hear the traffic going by. So we're going to try to stay off of that as much as possible. I kind of do not want folks to be able to see the baskets from the roadway, mainly for any sort of vandalism being done to them. But we're going to have some fun. All right, I'm walking on the trail right now that goes around the fields, which is just right here. I do want to refrain from crossing over this much just to keep any accidents from happening. But I do need to get it outside into the field some. We want to, have a good variety of shots, which means throwing in to and out of the woods, maybe some clean holes without any woods out in the field. So all the considerations that you need to take into account when you're dealing with a public park, and you're going to have many different uses and people here doing many different things. Okay, as we've made our way around the corner of the fields in the woods, we come to a very, very nice elevation opportunity. Again, we want variety. So this looks like a prime spot to work something in for a nice shot. I know it's hard to see on camera, but it's about a 20-foot elevation drop right through here. Very nice. Okay, as you can see, coming out of the woods, we've got our elevation bank here where they have leveled out the playing fields. So we have this to work around. Obviously, stay out of the fields, but I think a shot down this hillside right here, running along, might be a good opportunity as well. All right, I walked back out. We're down at the lower part of the fields, the retaining pond. And depending on what we can utilize here, we could potentially make some nice holes along this in-between area, which will be fun to play. All right. Above the retaining pond, got a nice trail coming across the back of the retaining pond, which could be utilized for not only a hole, but a path to get to the next one. We got this lower field that is not being used at the moment for any purposes other than, hey, growing grass. So we can potentially look at some stuff on this as well. Okay, I'm assuming that the fence here is the property line. Of course, I'll know shortly. All right. Well, as you can see, I'm standing on the back corner of the field. It's a good distance all the way around where they've opened it up with the woods surrounding it. So this could be ideal to put in a nice course, a very nice course. Could potentially do a beginner setup as well as intermediary players could enjoy this course. Fun plans, fun to plan. And we have ourselves some decent elevation on the east side of the park. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, as we're walking out this lower field, we've got another little retention pond. Looks like we can make us a nice hole utilizing this. So, again, when you're going over your property, pay attention to things like this. You might at first think, oh, I hate that being there. It makes it hard to plan. In fact, it makes it easy to plan because you can utilize it and make a challenging hole. All right, here we are at the other side of that little retention area. And as you can see, we got some nice elevation. And I can already see a tee pad along about in here. And we can have that basket sitting right over yonder. And that would make a beautiful, beautiful hole. All right, just off of that last area, we've got another wooded area here that could potentially make some nice holes. Working our way back around to the parking lot. All right, got the playground right there. We've got a nice slice of woods here. Looks like the property line is right over there. So definitely a good area to put some holes in to work the way back to the parking lot, which is right there. All right, guys, we're coming out to the edge of the woods here, back to the parking lot. Keep these things considered when you're designing. If you want a full 18, a 9, or any other number, of course, please remember that you want to begin and end as close to the parking as you can to give everybody an easy in and out without a whole lot of unnecessary walking. It's one thing that will help improve your attendance. All right, guys, that concludes our preliminary walk around of Long Mountain Park. Getting an idea of how the land lays, what possibilities on hole positions, elevations, and other considerations we can take in. The planning stages on a course needs to be done thoroughly and continuously throughout the process. You may very well be happy with a lot of the plans that you have, and once you get into actually cutting in and doing certain things, you might find out, hey, we need to tweak this a little bit. But again, have fun doing it. Create something that's fun for everybody. And guys, get out there and throw disc. Thank you for joining me, Chris, on Road Trip and Disc Golf as we go through our disc golf course design, starting with Long Mountain Park here in Campbell County, Virginia. And please, guys, come out and play.